Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yogi by Design. My teacher Guru Pashupati is delayed for a bit. While we wait for him, I just thought that we can get started with this because Facebook does not allow more than a 10-minute buffer. So we can get started with this. So I've got two people live here, and I guess you've seen the thumbnail as well. Today's topic is family. So I'm interested in discussing with my teacher about whether yogis can have families and how it works, etc. So we've all heard this, right? So we all know the stories, the legends where yogis will go sit in a mountain. They're not interested in a family. They're not interested in society. They're not interested in the daily common happenings of other human beings, etc., etc. And then suddenly, out of the blue, they appear and do some stuff and then go away. So, is that really the case? Is that what yogis are looking for? And what is it that yogis think of a family? And can yogis have a family? Can they build a family? Is there any particular yoga rules for a family, etc., etc.? So, these are the kinds of questions that I've got for my teacher. If you also have any questions, just leave it in the comments, and I'll make sure to ask him these things. Yeah, I've got a lot of very interesting questions. My parents actually gave some pretty interesting questions regarding the relationship between parents and children, and why there is so much of conflicts between parents and children. Is there a way to deal with that? Uh, with relation to the current styles of families, we've got nuclear families, we've got extended families. So, which one is a better solution? Does it keep changing with the times? I mean, what are the conditions which affect the size of a family for that matter? And we've also seen that a lot of people don't actually get along with their family. If that is the case, does yoga have a solution for this? And what exactly might be the solution? And these are the kinds of questions that we've got lined up for today. So if you have any questions, again, just let me know, and I'll add it. You can just post it in the comment section here, and I'll get a notification for that, and we'll be able to take that question when Ashwin, his name is also Ashwin, by the way, my teacher Guru Pashupati, when he comes online. So we can take the question again for that. So in the meanwhile, I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can. Oh yeah, I think he's here. Just give us a second, guys. And just let us know if the audio and video is good, by the way. Oh, okay. I think we both clicked that button.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay, Ashwin. And
No
sorry,
worries.
audience. Let's go.
No worries. So, welcome to Yogi by Design. Uh,
Thanks.
Today's topic is family. So, I just wanted to know what yoga has to say about family and how it goes.
Hmm.
So, all this while I was just briefing the our audience about these things, and whether if they have any questions, they can leave it in the comment section, and we can pick up that those things.
Sure, sure.
So let's get started with the most simple of them all. What exactly is a family? Does yoga have a definition for a family?
No, there's no definition for a family as all, because the word for family is either kula
Hmm.
or kutumba,
Hmm.
and these words actually also mean other things, not just family. Um, So these words actually imply that there has to be an exchange of value that binds people together. And when that happens, then you can call yourself a kula or a kutumba because you're working towards a common goal
Mm.
and you are sharing a common future. You have envisioned a common future and you're putting in efforts and you have clear roles about what it is. It's pretty much like running a business
Mm.
where you get to recruit people into the kula. You don't have to be born into a kula. Yes, a lot of value is given to father and mother, but as such, a person can only prosper when he is part of that tribe. So there's more of a value given to tribe rather than family in yoga.
Mm.
Right? No, family wasn't the way we know it now. Right now, it's one nuclear family, right?
Right.
Just 2 generations ago, people would grow up among an extended family, and
Mm.
there wouldn't be discriminations between children. An aunt would love you as much as a mother, or a father or an uncle would love you as much as a father.
Mm.
But now it's not like that. Now it's each person for himself or herself, and there is no. I think we discussed this even on the last time how the world has become each person for itself.
Yeah.
So we've lost the concept of kula. We don't know what kula
Mm.
is.
Mm.
We don't know what kutumba is. Our concept is that the whole world is our kutumba, right?
Yeah. In fact, my mother has listed this exact question. What exactly is Vasudeva Kutumbakam or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, Vasudeva Kutumbakam.
Yeah.
Well, it just means that the whole world is the family of God.
Mm.
That's what it means. So we see everyone as our family because it's due to the actions of other people that we are able to do anything. That anything is enabled today because of the actions of other people, and so we have a debt to pay back. So we don't have a concept of society. Everybody is family for a yogi.
Mm.
We don't discriminate that this person, that person, this religion, that religion. We don't care. Whoever is standing with us and wanting to be a part of our future and is willing to contribute positively and create a positive balance of energy, that person is your family. It's so simple. It has nothing to do with blood relations.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes it very clear, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for that.
sure.
Uh, so, as a follow up for this question, I had listed down here is, can a yogi have their own family? If so, what would it look like? But I guess you've answered it to some extent already.
Yeah, I mean, of course, a yogi can have, I mean, what you call family is wife and kids now, right? You're asking if a yogi can have a wife and kids, right?
In general, parents, siblings, wife, kids,
Everyone
etc.
has
These are,
parents, man. Nobody except
no,
Jesus, everyone has parents.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm just saying the way we all live together in the current scenario, is
Hmm.
that the case for a yogi? If so, how would it look like, etc.
No, it's not the case because if a so-called family member is not doing the work of being a family member
Mm.
by working towards towards a common future
Mhm.
and common goals, if they're not working in that way, then what is the point of living together? Like right now, I live with people who are working with me towards a common future. Otherwise, why would I do that? Why would I go and cohabit with someone with whom I have no future?
Mm.
They won't be happy when I achieve things.
True.
They and they won't contribute to it either. So it makes absolutely no sense,
Hmm.
right? Just that's what I'm saying. Listen, we all come from the same blood. It just depends on how much time has passed. If we can all be traced back to a common ancestor, all of us, you know. So what is it that we say? And all of us can be traced back to fungus. Fungus is the first living
Yeah.
creature on this planet. So now
Yeah.
what? At where, at what, which generation do you draw the line and say this person is not my family? I think it's an artificial creation in the minds of people. Family. It really doesn't exist.
Hmm.
The truth is that we are all God's family. The Creator, whoever created us, Shiva and Parvati, Shiva and Shakti, right?
Hmm.
That's where we all came from. Aruna is asking, what's the meaning of Vasudeva or Vasudeva? Vasudeva means of Vasudeva. Vasudeva is Krishna, an avatar of Vishnu. So Vasudeva Kutumbakam means everybody is the family of God. We are related because God made us.
Awesome. So, going along that line which you are talking about, would it be a good idea for family members to discuss their goals and what they want to achieve together? So, right now, a lot of people are already part of their family, right?
Hmm.
So, seems like they were like born into it or they've ended up in a family somehow. So,
Yeah.
would it be a good idea for them now to discuss their goals with them, with their rest of the family, and see if they can all agree on a common goal which they can all work towards?
Yes, people have to drop their ego to do that.
Hmm.
It can certainly be possible. You're born into a certain family because you have karmas with them.
Hmm.
That means you have a future with them. But they get separated from you because their ego came in the way.
Hmm.
And then only those who have the courage to follow the destiny will follow the destiny because family always say, let's be safe here and not take any risks. It's like, you know, let's continue with our communication less existence.
Okay.
Our poor, our forced existence with nothing in common, nothing to discuss, nothing to feel happy about, nothing to feel proud about, nothing to. Most families are like this, man.
Yeah.
They don't know why they're together. And they're together because they have no other choice. Many families are like this.
Yeah. I've come across a lot of families which are who have a lot of like very deep conflicts. It's like as though they are kind of stuck with each other, but they don't want to be with each other, kind of a situation.
Yeah, it's ego. It's ego, like some remembering some hurt from the past and simply carrying it in your heart. If people
Mm.
change and things change and you like you didn't improve, right? Everybody improves, right? And
Mm.
why do you think that your family members will not improve? Everyone improves at some point.
Yeah, very true. So it would be advisable for people to go about and have a proper discussion about their goals and what they would like to achieve in the
It
next few
doesn't
years.
work like that, Ashwin.
Okay.
Discussing and all doesn't work. You have to change the energy. Okay?
Mm.
Like the first there has to be an energy, and inside that matter can take a particular form. So the way in which our bodies are built, they're just making conflict with each other. It's you can't like mentally stop that because the mind's
Okay.
energy is very less. You have to you
Mm.
have to invoke Shakti. You have to create a Shakti around you that is so powerful that when you meet that person, that energy is so
Mm.
big that they have no choice but to cooperate with you. You should learn to build a stable energy. People are not even aware of their energy, right? You take your
Mm.
finger near your third eye and you do this, you can feel it, right? Just
Yeah.
do what I'm doing. Yeah, you can feel the buzz, right? I mean, audience, please try it. So this is a very important center of the brain, and also there's an electromagnetic force coming there. That's why when you go there, you can feel it without touching yourself. There are many such points. The throat is another one. The heart is another one. You can feel it without touching it. But for many people, the energy is so low that they can't feel anything. Their energy is so low. I mean, here something they'll feel in the throat. They're feeling nothing because they got big thyroid problems. And
Yeah.
no, seriously, and
Yeah.
in their heart they're feeling nothing because they got so much resentment and hatred and anger stored in their heart and pericardium. And then they have so many diseases in their body instead of love. So
Hmm.
then, how can such people build an energy? They need to have humility to come to a teacher and say, please teach me a practice. And a good teacher, you can't go to any teacher. You have to go to a teacher who knows how to build energy, who is in touch with Shakti, who is basically surrendered to Shakti and allows her to flow through him or her. Such a teacher can tell you what to do and how to build your energy. Otherwise, they'll give you some techniques which they've stolen from somewhere.
Hmm.
Then you'll keep doing it. Basically, there's a book called Hatha Yoga Pradipika from which everybody steals their techniques. And that's they can't even steal from the tantras because, you know, they're not even available to you. We all know somewhere it's written that there are 64 tantras, okay? And then in somewhere else they've written that there are five Yamala tantras. No, 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 no. There are eight Yamala tantras, and there are 64 tantras. That is true. Of which 34 are Nigama, where Bhairava is asking Bhairavi, who are you, how are you, what are you? And she's explaining. And 32 are Agama, where Bhairavi is asking Bhairava, who are you, what are you, explain. So a few of these tantras are around. Very, very few, like nobody has access to 64. I got access to the 64 from my teacher, and tantras are older than the Vedas.
Hmm.
Okay, so, and the Vedas, how many people even know what's in it? Nobody knows. 26,000
Everybody
verses.
refers to it as though they know it. Like if they refer to the
26,000
Vedas, they
verses
refer.
only. It's not much. If you want, you can sit. If you make up your mind in a year, you can learn it.
Hmm.
Okay. But nobody makes up their mind. They're too busy. Okay, so all of these have knowledge about how so-called Hindus are supposed to live their life. But and it's very beautiful if you look into it, right? So yoga is one of the Shad Darshanas of Hinduism, and I follow yoga and I reject, uh, except Sankhya. I can agree with Sankhya, but the other systems I don't follow. So I'm only like two by sixth, one third Hindu only. But still, I feel that it's very beautiful. And there are beautiful parts which I have not found in any other religion, even though I have practiced other religions, like not studied, practiced. I practiced Islam, I practiced Christianity because my teacher asked me to practice it. I practiced Sikhism
Hmm.
because my teacher asked me to practice it. I practiced Buddhism because my teacher asked me to practice it. So I went there, I found a guru, I learned it, I went to the text, I studied it, I went through all what do you call it, Theravada textbooks. I went through all except Jainism, I think I never got an opportunity to study, and Judaism, I never got an opportunity to study. But by then, I had had enough of the complications imposed upon people by religion, the so-called religion. Okay, so we are just misguided. We look to society to guide us, but society has no guidance to give. So finally, you have to go and learn about Shakti. You have to learn how things happen. Like every religion has its story about how creation came about.
Hmm.
But with the tantras, we can prove it. There is a smattering of tantra in the Puranas. If you open Devi Purana, it's full of tantra. It's a full of tantra, right? 18 Puranas are there. All of them. And then there is Kalpa Sutra by Parshurama. And there's so many other books like Nityotsava and like so many Bhavana Upanishad. So there are just so many books written about Shakti. But people go to that dirty Hatha Yoga Pradipika and take four techniques, particularly the pranayama techniques, of which eight are there. Ashtakumbhaka, I've taught you,
Hmm.
right? The Ashtakumbhaka.
Yep.
People take that Ashtakumbhaka and they think they found gold. That's like nursery stuff, okay? So I can teach you in 12 minutes how to build the right energy that is required before you go, and you don't have to talk. You just change the energy in the house. Change your energy, change everybody's energy. You sit there with Shakti's gifts and relax, and things happen. That's how I run my life, man. I was just like calculating how much my martial art classes can make this year. We can hit a crore a month this year just with my martial art classes.
Wow.
It's Shakti, man. You can't think like that. I've laid out the map today how we can do it
Hmm.
just by sitting in that energy. Things just manifest. Okay, so that energy is the most important thing. All right. Girish wants a book to learn tantra. There are 64 books called 64 tantras. You cannot put your hands on them. Go and catch the feet of a teacher. Then only it's
Yeah.
going to happen. Okay, not any teacher.
And from my experience, even if we get that book, we can't understand pretty much anything from there.
Yeah, because it's written in Sandhya Bhasha.
Hmm.
And book, who reads a book, man? The books are just confirmation of your experience.
Hmm.
After you have an experience, then the book confirms it, saying, yes, you did have an actual experience with Shakti. You did have an actual experience with Shiva. But without that experience, without the practices which you will receive from a teacher, there's no use of having books. Okay? Those who want to learn, the first thing you have to learn, if you want to set right the kachra in your family, and there is so much kachra in the family, including agama karma, which is family karma, ancestors karma, which dances every new moon and full moon. As the ancestors come closer, they're dead, but they're not born again. So they're living in the world of the dead, many of them. They come to their descendants and they say, can you release me? But nobody can even hear because they don't know what energy is. Nobody can even sense because they're Western educated. What is the whole Western world? I can't understand, man. They don't have any spirituality at all. There is no spirit. And we have swallowed that. We're being educated like that. And we who used to speak to our ancestors, and everybody does some ritual once in a year.
Hmm.
In Pitru Paksha, something they do. They don't know what the hell they're doing. So first of all, you have to build your subtle senses. To build your subtle senses, also, you need a gift, you need a blessing.
Hmm.
Because we're so far gone that we don't have that power anymore. But it's all coming back. I was telling Yuvraj yesterday that the Yuga is ending, right? We're at the ending of Kali Yuga. That's why all the destruction has started now.
Hmm.
So there's a very good chance of a large section of the population being wiped out. It's happening slowly.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. This is the time you better learn some energy techniques and maintain the energy in your house. Okay, so I teach this. Those who want to learn, get in touch. I teach this. I'll teach you. But
Hmm.
approach me respectfully and ask nicely and give me a good reason why you want to learn. I'll teach you. Okay? I don't teach idiots.
So you mentioned agama karma, and that's the family karma, right? So in our Brahmin system, we have something called as the gotras. So
Hmm.
is that a way to distinguish the agama karmas? Because
Gotra will tell you
we
about your paternal ancestor, but you also have maternal ancestors.
true.
So
Okay.
yeah, so there have been a lot of mixing of lines as well. So your ancestors, finding your pitrus and matrus is quite complicated way. But I'm teaching that for free. Like I have, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, then there is free lessons for you. 7 lessons on death yoga. where you
Hmm.
learn about your ancestors in the fourth lesson, I think. You learn about your ancestors. Have you done the course? You have, right?
Yep, yep, I have done the course.
Yeah, okay.
Hence my interest in asking these questions.
Hmm.
So,
So you can reach your ancestors and then clear out all these karmas on new moon and full moon.
hmm,
Yeah, pretty much.
done.
It's all about communication. It's about subtle energy communication. If you don't have these superpowers, you're going to be wiped out.
During the transition of the yugas, you mean, from Kali Yuga to
Yeah,
the Treta Yuga, I think you mentioned in the
yeah,
other
Treta
talk.
Yuga. Yeah,
Hmm.
things are getting hot and people are just relaxing like nothing will happen to me. You need to sort out your family business first. If you're not happy at home, then you cannot be happy anywhere else.
Hmm.
If you're not living with happy people at home, then your whole life is a mess.
Does the state of the family have an effect on our immunity as well? I'm sure it would, right? I
Uh,
mean, our health in general.
yeah, I mean, not just your immunity, your digestion, so many things, man. Your hormonal balance. It's just everything depends on the state of the people living with you, whether they're your family or not.
Hmm.
For most people, the family gives them blood pressure. That's it.
Very true. Blood pressure, diabetes, other stuff like that.
Yeah, most of the chronic diseases is because people have trouble with their families,
True.
and yet people are dying. Like I want to make my own family. I won't make the same mistakes as my parents. Like, calm down. What makes you think you're smarter than your parents? Nobody's smarter than the parents. But we think so, right? Every child thinks they're
Yeah.
more smart than the parents. Ego.
Yeah. I've seen this so common, and I've also been through this where we believe that our parents have, done something wrong to us and blah blah blah, and blame them, and we vow
Yeah,
to not
yeah,
make the same mistakes that our parents made,
yeah,
etc.
yeah. Parents are the favorite punching bag of everyone. You know, if it's not Mercury retrograde, blame your parents. Or whatever Mars retrograde or whatever shit these astrologers keep talking about.
Yeah, that Manglik thing and all, no?
Yeah, Manglik is another thing. Like really, what were we doing before we knew all that? What do animals do, man? They don't have Manglik problems. They don't even have families like the way we understand it. If they're family, they hunt together. They've got goals together. Have you seen? Like
Yep.
lion pride.
Yeah.
They defend each other. They would fight for each other. They work as a team, man.
Yeah.
Ants, have you
Uh,
seen ants?
oh
How they
yeah,
work
that's
together.
brilliant.
Like, ants and bees work better than human beings with their family.
Yeah, right. Even bees for that, they've got literally thousands and thousands of members, ants and bees, and yet they're so organized.
Yeah. If we humans are worse than that or what? No, man, we're not worse than that. Just our egos come in the way. We're the only animal with ego.
Mm.
Ego is that I want my glory. I want the credit. Somebody said that it's amazing what you can achieve if you don't care who gets the credit. Ego.
Very true. Because like ants and bees and all, right, they do such amazing work. Even for that matter, dogs, when they get adopted, right, they instantly become part of our family, and you become part of their family.
Yeah, yeah. Dogs
And
are descended from wolves. They hunt in packs.
mm,
Wild dogs. You must have seen wild dogs.
oh yeah,
Which
those,
is
yeah,
the most scary animal in Karnataka jungles? Wild dog only.
yeah, wild dogs, yeah,
Dhole, right? What's it
yeah,
called? Dhole.
dhol, dhol,
Dhole.
dho, yeah,
Dholes. Dholes are the most dangerous animal.
very true, yeah,
I would rather face a bison than a pack of dhole.
yeah. And they all intrinsically know their roles. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing and they just do it without
Yeah,
any
it's
drama.
energy, the organizing and the energy that surrounds them. Shakti. We
Hmm.
interfere with that because we want the credit. We don't want Shakti to have the credit for anything. A head doesn't bow down.
So listening to Shakti isn't something, I've always been told, spirituality and all these things are very complicated and you need to do sadhana to do all these things. But it doesn't seem like it from what you're explaining, right? If
No, I
like
have a
ants
12-minute
and bees.
program.
Hmm?
I literally have a 12-minute program that can change your life, that
Hmm.
can make put you in touch with Shakti and get aligned. 12 minutes to learn, 5 minutes to do every day. I
Nice.
created this. I created this like 4 days ago and I sold 12 copies of it. And everyone, each and everyone is reporting amazing results. It's something out of this world. That's it. That's what I'm going to tell people to
Hmm.
do right now. And that's enough spirituality. God, why do you make a project out of spirituality? When every other animal in nature is in tune with Shakti, you have to sit and oppose it and be out of tune. Basically, people are
Yeah.
out of tune and in disharmony. So that's why Ashwin, talking doesn't do any good. That's the Western approach. Go on talking about your childhood. Go on talking. My God, there's no end to it. It's called psychoanalysis. It'll make you a psycho.
Yeah. And I think going to a therapist has also become a new way of getting high, right? I mean, a lot of people say they're going to therapists, but they've shown no progress at all in that area.
Shamefully so, yes. Therapists are not ashamed of their failure rate. Look, the whole medical system,
Hmm.
the conventional medical wisdom says, let's treat the disease. Nobody's saying, let's get healthy. So they go on looking for disease in your body, they go on finding it. You'll find
Hmm.
what you look for. And they have different names for it, right? And people come to me with great diagnosis, and I say, I don't care what you have, man. You just need to build the energy, and then it gets better.
Yeah, psychological illnesses, for example, they keep on inventing new things like every year.
Yeah, the DSM gets fatter and fatter, right? When I started studying psychology, the DSM was this much. Now it's so thick, so much. I literally put the annual DSMs together, and it's an elliptical. What do you call it? Exponential
Parabolic, I
curve.
think.
Exponential curve.
Exponential curve, yeah.
Yeah. How can there be such an explosion of new diseases? It's not new diseases, it's new names for something that yoga has been dealing with from when yoga was made.
Hmm.
God knows when. It says it's called Chitta Vritti, that's it. It's very easily understood after Patanjali wrote about it. All mental diseases are covered in that.
Yeah, he just used one word to cover everything.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The bending mind, the turning mind,
Hmm.
a mind that is not stable. Just like a leg that is not strong enough to take your weight, your mind is not stable enough to take the pressures of life. And so you need to fix it. You need to make it strong with yoga. And it takes 12 minutes to learn this. I feel I've outdone myself this year. Because Corona, nothing to do at home. I was just creating techniques.
Hmm.
Yeah. I had a very productive year. Thank you,
Nice.
Corona.
So I've got you've actually answered most of the other questions which I managed to write down, but I've got one thing here which I wanted to ask you.
Hmm.
The relationship between parents and their children, right? So when a child starts out in life, its
Hmm.
parents are literally its first teachers, and they pick up on
Hmm.
everything that a parent is trying to teach them, or at least they try to.
Well,
because
that is a new development. It was not, the parents were never the first teachers.
hmm,
There would be an
okay,
extended family around you, around them
yeah,
to learn from. There are many adults around them. It takes a village to bring up a child. But if two people bring up a child, be sure that that child is going to be deficient in some way or the other. Two people cannot bring up a child. But there's so much pressure on parents that they should know all the answers. How will they know all the answers? Poor parents. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. Go on. What's
no,
the
no, it was
question?
along the same lines only. Like, how should that particular relationship be? Is there something that the parents should have in their mind, like before they have children, or uh, as the child is growing up, should they learn some things, etc.? Those sorts of things that I wanted to know. That's it.
Yeah, you have to learn parenting, but ideally you should learn it before you have the child.
Hmm.
So, what does parenting have to achieve? First of all, you should know.
Hmm.
You just have to enable the child. The child has its own destiny. You just have to enable the child's destiny and not get in the way. And the child already knows what it wants to be. You know, the whole tree is inside the seed.
Hmm.
The child is going to grow up and become that tree. You just have to give it what it needs: sunlight, fresh air, fertilizer, whatever you want to give it, and some care. So you just protect it from harm, but not all harm. You should allow the child to harm himself and learn things himself or herself. Don't sanitize the child, you know. So it's an art. Parenting is an art, and it's to be learned from other parents. So how many people spend 6 months interning with other parents and learning parenting before they start
Yeah,
parenting? Okay. You want to
literally
start a
zero.
business, you need a mentor. You want to learn yoga, you need a mentor. You want to be a parent? No, you don't need a mentor. We already got this. And such people, such idiots are bringing up idiot children because they're idiots themselves. You have such a big desire to be a parent, but you don't go intern with parents who've made it, who have something to tell you. Shouldn't you go be learning some skills like finding a teacher? Shouldn't there be parenting schools and a license for having kids? You need a license for driving a car, but creating another human being, no license. Like there's no like nothing,
At
no
least a
training
parenting
required.
course sounds like really good, even if
No,
they don't
actually,
have to take.
look, this training should happen by society and it should be free.
Hmm.
It shouldn't be a paid course. Something like I feel that even a lot of things the government can teach us for free, like how to maintain a health, how to how to have kids and how to care for them, and how to earn a living, how to start a business, how to be of value in this world. If governments start taking interest in it, then it can be done on a massive scalable way, and I have the know-how. I know how. I just need the authority to do it, which will come. I mean, I'm in no hurry. Like, technically, I can live however long I want
Hmm.
because I know yoga. I know how to reverse my aging. I know how to bring out my stem cells and create a youthful body, which I've done. So I'll wait. I just let all this. I mean, it's not the right time. When there's the right time, all this will happen. So I'm just building the energy right now. That's it.
Done. Brilliant. So I am actually done with my questions because you actually covered most of. I had a very extensive list of questions, but you
Really?
actually covered all of it. So,
Okay.
so I'm actually pretty much done.
Cool.
So we can take questions from the audience if they've got
Yeah,
any.
sure, sure. I mean, if audience, please jump in. If you have questions, then let it fly and let's answer them. Hopefully, we see your comment. Sometimes, actually, we should. It's just Facebook and YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
So whoever has more questions. Okay, but to summarize, I think that stop doing stuff. Stop going to
Hmm.
counseling and stop trying to fix things with your family. Instead, just build energy. Okay, if you want to learn how to build energy, contact me. I have a course. Buy it, do it, and you'll learn how to build energy. It's energy, 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 energy. Everything is energy, energy, is Shakti. If you know how to sit in the lap of Shakti like I do, things will just fall in place around you. That's about it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Lena,
guys. So
Lena feels it is good to have family. That's not a question, but it's your feelings. We spoke this morning about your feelings, Lena. You know my opinion about feelings. I think feelings are completely ego, nothing else. So the person who can go beyond the feelings and think about other people is called a yogi. Why do new generation youngsters don't want family? They want to live independent life because the families are making them miserable. They're controlling everything. I saw today my friend Durin. She makes these funny videos called Girl Yappa. Okay, have you checked it out on YouTube?
yeah,
You should check it out.
I know.
Okay, they're so funny. So she made one called Permission Impossible, like Mission Impossible. It's about a few girls planning to go to Goa. It's so funny. Like, if the youngsters want to go to Goa and do and smoke a little weed, the parents don't let them. Jump on the back and then say, "No, we can't really do this," even though they've done the same thing. So they make the children's life miserable. Of course, they're going to go to Goa and do drugs. Let them do it. How will they learn otherwise? At least if you're open with them, they'll tell you what drugs they're doing. So you know, hey, you can say, "Hey, don't know that heroin shit, man. It's not good." So parents are not cool parents. So obviously they want to be independent of the parent. Lina's back with more feelings. Okay. Anyone has questions?
Hmm. I guess not.
Okay. So I hope you got some value out of this. And if you did, please share this video and subscribe to our channel. Okay. And there's a gift for everyone who subscribes, and you can claim it. You just have to ask me or just ping me and ask me to be let into the course for death yoga. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the one where you can go make peace with your ancestors, and that's absolutely free. It's a gift for those who subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. Okay, Sukanya has a question. We slowly become like our parents. How to stop it? You can't be anything else other than like your parents. Just learn to like your parents. Then you won't have a problem. Okay. So yeah, how to stop it? I don't know. I look like my parents, man. I look like my father and mother. Look at my face. It's same. How can you, how can you have their form and not be like them? Yeah. So there'll be a part of you which is like them, and if you stop seeing them as evil, then you won't have a problem being like them. You see them as evil, no? What to do? Haruna has a question. If Potter's son becomes a potter, will his skills be better? Depends on practice. You can be like, you can be someone's son. Like, have you seen the sons nowadays of famous people? Okay. So you have to put in the discipline and practice. Nobody's getting any skills without discipline and practice. Okay. So just because you're potter's son, it just means that you grow up about pots. So there's a certain amount of understanding about pots in you than a
Hmm.
normal person. So your learning curve might be faster. That's about it. But you still have to put in the discipline and the hard work and the hours to get a perfect pot, right?
I think what she also meant was whether the
Ah.
skills will get transferred from the father to the
Yes,
son
yes,
in
yes,
a easier
yes,
way.
yes, yes. So, some of the skills that adult father has acquired will definitely get transferred to the son, right?
Hmm.
So, but then the son needs to practice and get better and better and better at it. And then he'll be good. If he doesn't practice it and he goes and does something else, it won't work.
Yeah.
So he has a good, he's got a little bit of lead against everybody else
Hmm.
who wants to be a
I think
potter.
one nice base has been set where he can build on. But again,
Yeah,
as you
yeah,
said, it requires effort.
yes, that's right. And can a yogi have a family? You came late to this. Are you asking if a yogi can have wife and children? Because, yeah, there are lots of yogis with wives and children. Children, children, such things. Yeah, sure. The definition of a yogi, you should see my talk on what is yoga. I've done a talk with you, Raj. Please go check it out. I don't remember what I said, but you know, depends on the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great. So are we at the end of everybody's
Yep.
questions? Okay.
I
So
think
let's
so.
call it a day. Thank you very much for joining us, and remember to subscribe to the channel and like the Facebook page if you're on Facebook, and share this video with your friends so that they can get exposed to a different way about thinking about family. And many people are having family trouble. In fact, most of the trouble people are having is just family trouble. And without changing the energy around you, you're not going to break through this. You have to change the energy around you. All right? Get in touch with me if you want to buy the course. All right. So that's about that. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much,
Ashwin.
everybody. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ashwin. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.